Jai Hind to all. So China investors have been aggressive in India business. We are happy to do business, but is happening. This is happening with the Chinese investors. They come with the what is happening is they coming with the ideologies of CCP, and I've already made multiple shots on the violent history of the CCP. Abhi we know China is an expansionist and aspiring to be a superpower. That's also good. But we should also not be ignorant about the plan of dominance China is taking with the range of its policy measures to create, protect, and nurture its own companies. And that's in most of the sectors. Well, China has made multiple giants like Alibaba, which is China's answer to Amazon, Baidu, which is China's Google, Xiaomi, which is China's Apple, WeChat, which is China's Facebook. So steadily these Chinese firms have evolved from opting for technology produced in other countries to making their version of it, and building world class MNCs, and would dominate the world by having zero privacy in getting our personal details. We have already seen these things in TikTok, and based on this, it has been banned in multiple countries. Now, the increase of China investment in India has, it has kickstarted a debate on Chinese capital inflows in India, because we cannot ignore it. We should be talking about the scrutiny measures, the regulations. Not only in India, but even countries like America are taking such precautions before granting permission to Chinese investments. Now, if we just relook and go back to 2020, when India and rest of the world was under lockdown due to the pandemic, and the economic outlook, looked bleak. Delhi shuttered down against Beijing's opportunistic takeover of Indians company by amending its foreign direct investment policy. Now, under press note 3 also, the government mandated that corporates located in nations sharing land borders with India could also invest here only after securing the approvals. US had what has US done? It has also sought evaluate the role of Chinese capital. America has set aside sectors where China posed security risk, and they have resorted completely banning Chinese investment therein, or putting it to the most rigorous scrutiny before granting approval. Now, what Biden administration had done, they passed the orders aimed at preventing Americans capital and expertise from helping China to develop technologies that could support its own military modernization and undermining US national security. So similarly, it affects the India's economic growth also. We really cannot ignore the Chinese investment. Now, structural factors between China and India have also posed constraints. For instance, Beijing's dominance in the processing of rare and critical minerals made Delhi push for renewable energy meeting and its green goals was also very a difficult thing to achieve. So thus this absolutism, impulses in the economic policy of keeping all Chinese capital out hurts Bharat's growth story as well. Now, there is a nascent pragmatism emerging on China in the economic spheres in India and across the world. Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni also recently traveled to Beijing to resent economic ties following the decisions to pull out Chinese BRI initiative. Rome and Beijing also keen to expand cooperation in the field of electronic vehicle production and renewable energy. So Meloni stated that China's investment in Italy is third of Italy's capital outflow to China, and that's where she was keen to narrow down the gap. In India also, it is reflecting in the Commerce Ministry working with the Home and External Affairs Minister, working together to arrive at a framework reducing the time taken to process visas for Chinese professionals who may have to visit India, for example, to meet contractual commitments or maintenance of industrial machinery. Now, the vice chair of Niti Aayog, the government's chief public policy think tank, has also pitched in for clarity on guidelines to clear investment from China, citing that reviewing each proposal is slow and time consuming. So now this debate of Chinese FDI does needs a whole of government approach that has been necessitated, as the economic survey has suggested that tackling unemployment is also one of the main priorities in India. So in the pursuit of reducing inequality and generating jobs, the economic survey says that the state should relinquish its regulatory powers to foster a better business climate. Hence, nuanced discussion on Chinese capital is the need of the hour, because we cannot ignore multiple stakes to it. It also uses a sophisticated strategy of divide and conquer to gain a foothold in the Indian market by fostering relationships with specific Indian corporate groups or political factions. So China can very easily sow the discord and weaken India's negotiating power as well. So at the end of this video, let me ask, which Chinese company is actually sowing seeds of discord among India's competitors? Do let us know in the comment section, because Chinese investment cannot be ignored, and till the time we make the regulations, we need to understand what are the kind of framework we can put it across.